Yo, I'm on a Polito. I'll call you back.
No worries. You let me know whenever you want to chat.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right. You take care now. Wait, did I miss this call?
Ryan Knight, my favorite person with the last name Knight.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yep.
I just want to put my people. I think that we have that kind of relationship. I noticed you were asking I've heard through the grapevine. Oh, there's a bullet on the floor. That you were asking questions about like some things, and you've been talking about some interesting legislation that came up in the legislative meeting. Are you interested in being nominated for Marshal director?
I'm unsure at the moment.
Because the Department of Justice does have its interest in you holding that position. Is how I'll say nicely, in a political way.
You just made my job that much more difficult. God damn it.
Well, we could not nominate you if you think it'll make them vote for you.
Here is I'm gonna be just forward. I'm doing a lot of good work, I think, in the BCSO. Mm-hmm. However, I also recognize that if the marshals do not succeed, everybody loses. And I do have an idea of what it can be, mostly because I've been seething about them for so long. Right? You start to wonder, like, man, why not like this? Why not like that? My concern kind of comes from like so what, let me ask you, like, what happened with everything? Because I saw two things that were posted, but I never had the opportunity to read it all. I only saw the highlights, which was, there's patrol and then there's investigation. So like, what is it legally?
So right now? Actually, that all got thrown out by the governor at this point in time.
Both things, right?
Yes, he threw out the thing where we'd separate them into the marshal, like an FIB kind of thing with the marshals, and then a patrol like the troopers. He threw that out. But that's what we wanted, was to separate it, because I think one of the big problems Marshall also has is we have patrol guys who don't want to do the part where they sit there and they investigate corruption. They do 17,000 pages of paperwork like Craig Barry used to do. And then there's people who would be great at that state level patrol thing, right? Like would be great at handling that kind of stuff. I mean, I know he's a criminal now, but Jackie Snow was, as a trooper, was one of those people, right? With his investigations into the racing scene and stuff, right? Like that's the kind of thing that I think of when I think of like those state level investigations, where he was like, but the governor had previously brought to us this vote thing with the weighted votes, and we had never heard back from him about some changes he had asked for. So it didn't move forward because I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to the governor, I'd rather not do it than do it wrong. Smile. And when it comes to something he's telling us to put out, because we weren't even sure if it was an amendment or a full, like a full replacement.
Sure.
So he moved to that thing where the votes are weighted and everything. And Marshals will say the same. So I can just hope that somebody who understands, because I don't think Gunner knows what he's doing. I don't think Gunner's been trained properly to know what he's doing. It's like when Jacob Slate became the DA. He was never trained properly, and when he fell upwards into the DA position, it compounded the problems, right? Because he just didn't know.
Right. That's kind of been my general assessment, is like these, and this is a tough thing, right, in San Andreas, is when you say, hey, I don't think you're trained or you don't know these things, it can be taken as an insult rather than a, for what it is.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know because you've never been taught it.
Right, precisely. So if I were to go for it, I would want to see the marshals as effectively a proper big brother, not to take, but to oversee and guide.
Oh God, sorry. Everyday Doc Masters looks more like Malton.
And
I thought Lance Malton's ghost walked up to me for a second. I'm so sorry.
Jesus!
That scared the shit out of me.
And,
but yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of the correct interpretation of what we want as well.
It would be like, you've got these cases. The intent is this is a state case, And we want to bring on this case these individuals irrespective of department, because they are bringing with them not just interest, but also whatever skill sets they got. So it becomes a collective sort of thing, right? They don't got to be marshals. They just you like let's take the court case today. I don't know how appraised you are with it, but
no, I missed it, unfortunately. I think that one.
It was led by a member of the BCSO and a member of the LSPD. And that's a good thing. That's how it should be. And that effectively, it's conducive to cooperation, and it's what's needed, right? Not the fucking bullshit politics that come in between. So that'd be kind of my thought of it. But my concern comes into play is my understanding is that the marshals don't patrol. Problem is, if you don't patrol and you cannot observe, and if you cannot observe and you cannot be present when things happen, you now have a situation where I'm going to utilize today's case, and I know you weren't present for it, but to give you an idea, like, what was a big case recently that you oversaw that I might be familiar with?
Oh God, I haven't done a case in a hot minute.
Let's say the Edgar Day Castillo case, right?
Right, yeah.
If you haven't really been present with Edgar, been on the scenes with Edgar, saw what was happening when he may or may not have murdered somebody, how the hell are you going to ever build a case on him, right? And it's
secondhand, you don't have any first-hand knowledge of what's going on, and when questions come up or things, you're not able to pivot as well because you don't know exactly what happened.
Precisely. Or let's say, let's say, I don't know, some militaristic thing happened at, like someone came in and started bombing Mission Row PD, right? If you only received police reports and it landed on your desk, you're not, by not being, because it's not like a department in a different state, right? Like, so let's say it was the Boston State Troopers, or, I was talking to Barrett earlier, it was the Texas Rangers and shit. In vision, it makes sense, right, for there to be rangers who go and do the detectivizing and the troopers who do the writing of the reports, but you don't get those quality of reports here, right? You need to be present to know what you see, to know what you're asking for, to pull the right people in. You get what I'm saying? So I guess my question here, Gates, is I'd like to understand, like, would that be would what I'm describing be within the realm of current existing legislation? Right? Is that making sense? Like, for me to consider it, I need to know what they actually legally are nowadays, right? And if that is something, would you be amenable to a conversation maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be around like this time around. We want to have a conversation with you anyways, because Bailey Harvey brought some of your stuff that you were asking about legislatively to the meeting. And I know one of the things we wanted to talk to you about, but, I mean, just double checking. I mean, it sounds like it. Now, I don't necessarily see where in legislation it says that they can't patrol, but I know that the thing has always been that they didn't patrol because that's an LEO's job. But if they're on scenes responding as, like, help, because I know that's what Craig would do when there was a 78 or some kind of scene where they needed an extra, he would respond then, but he wouldn't, like, lead the charge, right?
Correct. You wouldn't want them, like, you would not take, in my mind, you would not take jurisdictional authority unless, for example, it was a open investigation. But even in that case, you would be directing. I have an idea in my head, and maybe I could present that if we're meeting tomorrow or whenever that day is. And mostly, I'd want to know, does that vision align with legislation, like the legislation? And if it is, then I would accept. And then
so who's available tomorrow email.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right. And I'm around pretty much all day tomorrow from like, hour before tsunami until probably 3 hours before tsunami ends.
Yeah, I mean, that also gives a chance to ask you about some of the stuff I can't remember which one of the legislations it was, because oh, the statute of limitation, no, not mutilation, the statute of limitations one. There was some, I don't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, the extended statute. Yeah.
We had a conversation about it, and it was like, well, if it's Brian, I had some concerns, and I was like, I could take him to you, and you'll take him seriously.
Yeah.
And like explain your thinking. But right now, I'm so fucking cooked right now that I can't remember what they were. But yeah,
yeah, we can chat about it tomorrow if you'd like. You know how? I mean, I can explain it like I did to Bailey. Is you know how like the feds decide whether at some level if someone takes death penalty or life in prison?
Yeah.
Not the feds, but like, a state, federal medical agent or whatever you want to call it.
It's the same. Yeah, that's how I feel the same. Like, I mean, like, when we had the case with Jackie Snow, he personally waived his fucking statute of limitations.
Correct.
And that's marked on his thing. And that's how I've always been okay with that.
And
I think if I ever turned into a serial killer, I would waive mine, but I haven't turned into one yet.
Yeah. And so the problem becomes that on certain cases, imagine if we believe this is a long running thing, what this is saying is it's creating an avenue for us to find that through the court system, right? Think about it as an in-between, right? Where there would be a, hey, is this a long-running case that if it continues on, we understand the statute question through this avenue, instead of this awkward, imagine you become this super terrorist organization and then you finally go to trial and you're like, well, actually, we have a 30-day stat. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets awkward in terms of mental and emotional and effort investment, which is affected by statute.
That, like, if you came to me and you were like, here, I'm petitioning for an extension of the statute, I would trust you to not be an idiot. Do you know what I mean? But there's I think one of our concerns was the way Bailey worded it to us was too open-ended, right? Where it would be like any fucking idiot. Right? And I'm like, Carmine. No, Carmine's not as stupid as everyone thinks he is. Bobby Charles. You know what I mean? Like, that's my concern. I
agree with you.
Or as somebody who was personally traumatized by going up against him in court, what would Wrangler do? What would Dylan Sawyer do?
Yeah, no, I am with you 100%. It's like, and I think those kind of like, I would have the same concern, right? It's you don't want to be handing someone the most powerful tools because it's not about, it's kind of like why we're cracking down on these, like, are some of our devices. It's like, oh yeah, it's cool if someone goes and does this, but the moment you have that and it's not in lock and key and there aren't no SOPs, someone's going to do something dumb with it and now all of a sudden we ain't got it no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you'd be surprised the amount of shit that I know, like how to get around. Well, the same with the fire truck and EMS, right? Like that was always important. But like, it's like you got to be careful with shit because like even the public can get a hold of shit and fuck things up. Like
exactly, yeah.
Like people leaving a bunch of giant evidence chests.
I was about to say that. Well, let's just say when that happened, they may have went through the floor. You know what I mean?
Oh, the problem is I think when they found them, they weren't in the floor,
Yeah, no, it was one of those. Trust me,
I'm also conflicted on that because allegedly that might be my son's new gang.
Well, why do you keep? Wait. Oh,
I didn't know
yeah,
when
I'm aware.
When Declan called me and was like, "Hey, can we extend this because we're not done? There's a lot of rooms." I was like, "Sure." Later, Jordan goes, "Ugh, the warehouse, it's fucking locked." And I went, "Wait, what fucking warehouse? God damn it, motherfucker."
Oh, yep. Well,
one day I'm gonna get him to the legal side. Probably not. He's really good at being a gangbanger.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I've reached out. I know Grayson's available tomorrow. I can make myself available.
Yeah,
Possibly. I don't know. I'm on a weird schedule right now.
It's I appreciate you guys put my name forward. I want to give it proper thought, but I'd like that, you know, understand the job description, you know, because right now I look at Marshals and I think DOC. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's next, by the way.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm gonna call UA in a second.
Okay.
Also, I need to ask Grayson if he can set up a meeting with Frost and Fred, because we're gonna change the expungement legislation, and we'd rather talk to PD about it before there's like major concerns and like explain stuff before there's like misunderstandings than to it get tied up in the, well, now we have to have an audit meeting and everyone has to be in the same room at the same time and we have to schedule it, as opposed to, hey guys, just talk about it, you know?
Understood. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll if you're not around, if you're not awake, I'll shoot you an email.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you so much, Brian.
You take care.
Bye.
Fuck!